So, something huge just happened. Overnight, the entire political map of South America basically got redrawn. We're going to break down exactly how and why Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was captured in this absolutely stunning military operation.
Okay, so picture this. It's the middle of the night in Caracas. You're not waking up to your alarm clock, no. You're waking up to the sound of explosions and missiles overhead. I mean, for the people on the ground, this wasn't just some distant noise. This was the terrifying, totally unexpected start of a massive military operation right in their city.
And then, the first official word on what was happening came from, well, a pretty unexpected place, Paris. French President Emmanuel Macron just drops this on X, basically declaring Maduro's dictatorship is over. It was such a blunt statement, right? And for the rest of us, watching from the outside, this was the first real confirmation of what was actually going down in Caracas.
All right, so the big question is, who was behind all this? Well, we didn't have to wait long to find out. Turns out the chaos in Caracas had a source, and that source was Washington, D.C. Yep, the United States officially stepped up and claimed responsibility.
And it was President Donald Trump himself who made the announcement. He confirmed that U.S. forces had conducted a, quote, large-scale operation with one very explicit goal: to capture Nicolas Maduro. No ambiguity there.
But why now? Right? Well, in an interview, President Trump laid out the strategy. And listen, this wasn't just about getting rid of Maduro. The goal was really preemptive. It was like they wanted to cut the head off the snake to make sure no one else could just step into his shoes and keep things going the same way.
And you have to pay attention to the words being used here. President Trump called the operation spectacular and, get this, unprecedented since the Second World War. I mean, wow. This wasn't being sold as just another military strike. It was being framed as this massive, historic, world-changing event.
Okay, so capturing Maduro, that was just step one. The real question is, what happens next? The White House laid out a two-part plan. First, they said they'd guarantee a just and safe transition. But second, and this part is absolutely crucial, the U.S. itself would direct the country in the meantime. I mean, just think about that word for a second. Direct. That implies a level of control that goes way beyond just helping out.
But the American plan almost immediately hit a snag on the world stage. Why? Because it wasn't the only vision for Venezuela's future being put forward. And that's what set up this major diplomatic clash, with France leading the charge.
So while Macron was on board with Maduro being gone, he laid out a very different path forward. He really hammered home that the transition had to be peaceful, democratic, and respectful of the will of the Venezuelan people. See the difference in language there? The U.S. is talking about directing things, while France is talking about respecting the people's will. It's a huge difference in approach.
And France wasn't just talking in